Doctor Who set to cancel Christmas special episode for the first time in 6 years as show faces being axed. Disgruntled crew are worried for their jobs. This is a Sun exclusive, folks. Um, Doctor Who in crisis. Doctor Who's Christmas special 2025 is set to be scrapped as the show's future hangs in the balance. It's looking very likely the classic sci fi show's festive episode won't air for the first time in 6 years after a plunge in TV ratings. Now, what's very interesting about this Sun article before I move any further, typically the Doctor Who Christmas specials are filmed a year beforehand. Now, some claimed that when Disney done the deal, that the 2025 Christmas special was part of that package. It wasn't. Uh, this is not really an exclusive because anybody that's in the know knows that there was going to be no Christmas special in 2025 because they haven't even filmed, and they always film a year in advance. The BBC, as you all know, have confirmed Doctor Who will return in April with actor Ncuti Gatwa, but he is already believed to have filmed his regeneration exit scene, and crew fear the BBC will axe the show altogether after 62 years. A source told The Sun there is a lot of uncertainty surrounding Doctor Who at the moment, and it looks like the beloved Christmas special won't be happening. Well, just to tell you, it won't be happening. There is no Christmas special 2025 because they would have having to be filming. As I said, they're always done a year in advance. Now, say Disney Plus did decide to actually continue with Doctor Who, sure, by the time we get that announcement, they would have to literally rush the Christmas special and get out there and film, which I don't see happening. It seems the episode just wasn't commissioned, as we've all said all along. People have no doubt been hoping the next series would be in the bag, and that would include the festive edition, but things are very much hanging in the balance, and bosses don't even know if Ncuti will be returning, let alone if there is time to bash out a new episode for Christmas Day. And that's the issue. You know, we've got Christmas, like we're in March now. You know, they'd have to be filming the Christmas special literally now. Typically filmed a year in advance, as I said. The Christmas special was expected to be locked into the schedule, but with the current 26 episode deal, which covered the anniversary specials, The Star Beast, Wild Blue Yonder, and The Giggle, plus the 2023 and 2024 festive specials, 8 episodes series and 5 spin-offs now nearing its end, the show's future is hanging on by a thread. A source told The Sun Ncuti doesn't want to be tied to the series beyond this and plans to relocate to Los Angeles with several Hollywood projects standing by for him. And there's that Hollywood setting up in Los Angeles again. His team also have seen a lot of backlash from the series and don't want the perception of him still being the Doctor to get in the way of any future work. So, according to this, he wants to get out before it gets too toxic. The show has been poorly managed in recent years, and there's a lot of people who've been working on the show for years and now being cast aside due to poor leadership. People warned some episodes were getting too caught up on agenda rather than telling the story, and those people got shouted down, ignored. Ncuti's first series, which began in May, attracted between 2.25 million and 3.18 million viewers, a tiny fraction of what it used to pull in. A trio of 60th anniversary titles aired at the end of 2023 with controversy over the storylines. One involved the character that was able to save London because they were trans. Another anniversary special saw the Doctor played by the returning David Tennant realised he was gay after developing a crush on Sir Isaac Newton. If you all remember that, that was actually hilarious. Few and figures for those who still 2 million up on the episode to come under Shooty, accompanied by companion Ruby Sunday, played by Millie Gibson. The full series with Shooty Gatwa, Millie then had plot slamming everything from capitalism to Christianity and introduced a new enemy played by a drag queen. A huge question mark now hangs over whether Disney will renew its deal to make the show, said to be worth 100 million with the BBC. Crew working on the series in Cardiff are said to be furious at left being in limbo after filming wrapped earlier this year. An insider said word on the set is that BBC will shelve the series for at least 5 years. The crew, who were not told to hold their breath for work on the series for the last 10 years. So they're claiming that the show will be shelved for 5 years. 5 years I think is reasonable. Then there'll be a chance of it to come back. And the source continues as we scramble to find work. Those responsible get to ride off onto another well-paid project without any repercussions. Filming wrapped on Friday afternoon with no fanfare or celebration. It's the first time since 2017 that the TARDIS won't grace TV screens on December 25th, leaving fans wondering whether the Doctor's latest regeneration might come with a painful cliffhanger. And that is the end of the article there. It's not looking too good, got to be honest, for the future of Doctor Who. Will BBC, if Disney pull out, be able to continue with the show? I don't think they can, to be quite honest with you. I just don't think the money is there for the BBC to be able to go it alone, and this is why they have been looking elsewhere to try get funds in, and this is why we got the Disney Plus deal. Now there might be other streaming platforms or streaming companies that might look at Doctor Who, but will it be a deal that BBC be able to do? Also, BBC won't be in as much of a strong position as they was the last time, considering that the show has done poor. And this is the thing. For ages we've been telling fans that they've lowered their standards when it comes to Doctor Who, and they're surprised when the show struggles in the ratings. I told you from day one that RTD needed to be called out. He is the biggest issue that we have with Doctor Who right now at the moment. Just like we had issues with Chris Chibnall and they were ignored, and all the fans that get their little pots of gold and sell out the fandom, that get their little goodies, you know, they were in a position to call all of this stuff out, but they turned a blind eye to it as well. They're just as responsible as the last two showrunners of this show. Rather than come out and actually say what's on their minds, they sold out the fandom for their little goodies and their little exclusives and their little premieres that they got to go to in relation to the show when the episodes were being shown to the public for the first time. These little sellouts were in a position to do something and speak up and chose not to do that. So if Doctor Who does indeed get cancelled or gets put on hiatus for 5 years, these fans are just as responsible as the last two showrunners. And that has to be made clear. And, you know, they still continue today to spin. And that's all they continue to do, rather than come out and actually speak up and say, yes, the quality of this show has dipped. The standards have dipped. And I've said it for a long time here, fans have lowered their standards. And basically, everybody that wasn't vocal went along with that. I would never lower my standards. I expect Doctor Who to be at a certain standard, and it hasn't been at that standard for a long, long time. And, you know, it's sad if Doctor Who is indeed going to be axed. It's not the way the show should go out again, but it looks like it's history repeating itself, which is sad in itself. But if it does get cancelled, we'll be safe in the knowledge knowing that they can't do any more damage to it. The latest Doctor Who magazine tells you all you need to know about what direction this show is going in. It's absolutely disgraceful. They don't care about writing a good sci-fi show. They don't. They don't care about character development. They don't care about plots. All they care about is pushing an agenda. And, you know, season 2, as I said, for RTD and his crew, it's going to go out with a bang as far as they're concerned. With all the activist writers that he's brought in, he, in his mind, is going to go out with a bang. And, you know, this second season will be so full of agenda. It'll probably be the worst that we've ever encountered with the show. And we had Chris Chibnall. He is definitely going to double and triple down if he knows that this show is finished. And the fact of the matter is, if the rumour is true and they haven't even told the staff where they stand, that just goes to show you again all of this rumour that we've been hearing about RTD's shows being toxic behind the scenes and lots of infighting and stuff seems to be the norm when RTD does anything, and that's absolutely disgraceful as well. But I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that they haven't told the workers where they stand, and they should, to be quite honest with you. And they are right, you know. The writers that ruined this show won't face repercussions. They'll get another cushy job. And, you know, the staff that's worked on this show for years, the ones that, you know, get locations, you know, get their locations ready, do the props, all of those guys that we never really think about, you know, because there's hundreds of people, maybe thousands of people involved in getting Doctor Who to where it is. And a lot of those people may not agree with everything that goes on with the show, but to them it's their job. And the fact that they don't know the future in an uncertain world right now, you know, I think a lot of people need that job security. And unfortunately, these people that work on this show, the little guy, as we would say, are going to find it very difficult to get a job in an industry that, you know, puts other criteria ahead of talent, let's just say. So, very sad state of affairs. Let me know what you guys think. Look, the whole Christmas special was never happening anyway. We don't need the Sun to tell us that. The fact is that these Christmas specials are always filmed a year beforehand. And the fact of the matter is that no Christmas special for 2025 was ever seen filming, and there's fans that follow the filming locations all across the country and wherever they go. So there's no Christmas special. There never was one, and there won't be one. So we just have to see now what happens. You know, maybe, you know, if they don't put the show on hiatus and they do decide to continue, not having a Christmas special in 2025 might be a blessing in disguise anyway. Give it a bit of a break until like the next series is filmed. I'd even take a year or two break personally if they're going to continue, you know. But if they do, kind of 5 years, I think would be long enough in my eyes anyway. It would be, and I'd probably start getting excited for the show again. But it can't continue in the same vein, that's for sure. But let me know what you guys think. What's your opinion? Will we get a 2025 Christmas special? Do you think Doctor Who is going to be axed for 5 years? What do you think? There's lots lots to unpack. The rumour, obviously, shoot, he definitely wants to go to LA and he has projects lined up for him as well. What do you think of that? Let me know. As I said, there's lots to unpack. Lots of interviews coming out as well. Waris Hussein has done one, which we will be highlighting very soon. So look out for that video as well. I'll talk to you all very soon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.